Welcome back. Boulevard Brewing Company in Kansas City isn't just crafting great beer. They're brewing up a more sustainable future, too. We caught up with Adam from the team who gave us a behind-the-scenes look at how they're cutting energy use, minimizing waste, and still serving up bold, flavorful creations. Take a look at how Boulevard blends eco-consciousness with craft beer excellence. Adam is joining us again from Boulevard Brewing up in Kansas City. Thanks for coming back.
I'm so happy to be back.
Yeah,
I can be here
glad to
and
have
write some more
you.
beer.
Yes.
Yay!
And we've made a tower.
We did.
We sure did. And it's so beautiful. And these cans are so beautiful. The artwork is beautiful.
We have a very talented team of illustrators that work at Boulevard who they work tirelessly on all of our brands, all of our packaging, whether it's our beer or our cork hard seltzers. Space Camper is a lot of fun because Space Camper is inspired by like the 1960s comic books or like the cosplay community of Comic-Cons nationwide. So we took a lot of inspiration from like sci-fi and fantasy to have really fun with this beer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
it.
The really cool cans, really cool packaging. And speaking of the cans, though, we wanted to talk about aluminum because
Sure.
it's a sustainability thing that maybe not a lot of people think about aluminum as being sustainable.
Absolutely. You know, so for a long time, beer was only available on draft, and it wasn't until about the turn of the century, like in the early 1900s, beer was only available in bottles. Cans came on the scene, it was steel, and it was steel for a very long time. And then around 1970s, we really like updated, and the technology was there to create a lighter can with a reusable, like a pull tab, so it was really convenient. And so we started to see beer become more available in aluminum cans. And then in the early 2000s, the craft brewing scene kind of blew up, and a lot of craft breweries adopted aluminum pretty quickly because of how sustainable it is. Aluminum is 100% recyclable. Unlike glass, so when you recycle cans, you're not losing any of the integrity of the actual aluminum. So they can shred it, they melt it down, they turn it to ingot, and that ingot goes out to become baseball bats, car shells, more cans. Towards glass, you have a lot of loss, and cans are a lot easier to recycle. So about 50% of consumer grade aluminum is getting recycled compared to like 30% of glass. So aluminum is great. Look, if this tower fell down, it wouldn't be that much of a mess. Imagine if this was a stack of beer bottles.
Right.
Right.
We'd have a mess on our hands.
Yes.
So cans are a lot better, better vessel for beer in general. No light can get in. Light will destroy a beer pretty quickly. So cans are completely, you know, like the light can't get in there to ruin the beer.
Right.
Cans are a lot lighter. It reduces greenhouse gases for emissions because you can fit a lot of cans on a truck. You can fit a lot more cans in your fridge, allowing more room for more beer, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, cans are packable. You can take cans to the beach, you can take
Yeah.
them to the pool. So they're much better for the consumer, they're much better from the environment, and they're much better for us as well because it requires less energy for us to use.
You learn something new
Yeah.
every day. I have always thought it was the reverse of that. I thought that bottles were the thing. I guess because bottles have been around
For so
longer,
long,
Right.
sure, yeah.
maybe they were just embedded in my mind,
Sure.
but cans seem to be the way to go.
And what does that mean for you guys at Boulevard, that idea of being more sustainable?
Well, again, we understand that everything in these cans, all the ingredients, it's all natural. I mean, it's water, it's grains, it's hops, and it's yeast, and all of those things are provided by the environment. So the more opportunity we have to be more sustainable, the more opportunity the earth has to provide us the ingredients that we need to continue to supply you with the beer you want.
Yeah, and one of those beers that we all want, Space Camper, it's becoming one of your top sellers, right?
It's wild, yeah. Space Camper we launched in 2019. It quickly became one of our best sellers. And it also, Space Camper's a fun brand. We get to have a lot of fun. Like Wes Hamilton is our designer who did this artwork. It's a lot of fun for him to create these characters and put them in unique situations, but also gives our brewers a lot of flexibility and fun to explore the wide world of IPAs. So I think right now we've got like 5 different year-round Space Campers. You got Cosmic IPA, you got Quantum Hop is a 9%, 9.5%, West Coast style. Juice Nova, I said earlier, if we were happen to open one of these cans, this room would smell like passion fruit and mango, so really juice forward. And then we have a non-alcoholic Space Camper that we just launched for those people who are looking to abstain or choose a healthier lifestyle.
Sure,
So-
those NA beers. Yeah,
NA
for
beer.
sure. Yeah, love that. And if you don't like Space Camper, you don't like IPA, you got something because Boulevard's got everything you can imagine.
Absolutely. You think of it, we've made it. We do about 50 beers a year. Just recently, we did a beer we made with donuts. So if you love donuts and you love beer, we have a beer called the Pandan Coconut Donut Ale. So Beer is a lot of fun. You can explore. You can make a lot of different flavors. Certainly things like wheat and pale ale are always going to be around because those are standards and
Yes.
staples. But we get to have a lot of fun with these beers to kind of like take advantage of the flavors of the moment, get something out there that you like, and then you can always go back to wheat or pilsner or pale ale.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I couldn't.
Donuts and beer.
Donuts and
Homer
beer.
Simpson's dream, right?
It really
there,
is,
right?
yeah.
So, yes, thanks for joining us,
Yeah,
Adam.
course.
Thanks to
Thank you.
Boulevard
Yeah.
for sponsoring this segment.
Absolutely.